news, though. Warmer temperatures and drier conditions are helping spark wildfires from Colorado to the East Coast, where the flames are forcing evacuations. Steph?
And the good news, though, in New City.
Let's take a look at what's going on for today, because we do have some temperatures that are going to really bump up for sure. So just a little more than a week after picking up more than 8 inches of snow, people were soaking up highs in the 80s on Tuesday, and if you can believe it, we're going to do more of that for today. But it was warmer than parts of the Sunshine State. Boynton Beach was balmy but brisk, with temps topping out in the mid to upper 70s, and those winds gusting over 35 miles an hour. Oh yeah, if you liked yesterday, then you are going to like today. So once again, outside, we're on the coolish side of things out there, but we are going to start to see some big changes as we go throughout the day once again for today. So let's break it down for you. As we can see what's happening here, we are definitely going to be watching the fact that we are going to have temperatures at 85 degrees today. We can see that around St. Paul. It's going to be nice and sunny. Miami's coming in about 75 degrees with some heavy rain. So you decide where you want to be. I'm choosing St. Paul for today, but usually it's Miami. But this is definitely going to be something different as we move through the day, and also as we head into your beyond. So just be aware of what's going to be going on as we continue through the rest of today. Jillian, there you go. Perfect. We can see what's happening for Chicago. 60 degrees, 58 degrees as we head towards Detroit, 53 in Indianapolis, and these are the temperatures right now. But watch these temperatures soar as we go into the afternoon. Close to 80 degrees in Sioux Falls. Omaha's at 88. Look at Dodge City, 87 degrees. So these temperatures are going to be close to 90 for sure. It might be a little bit too warm out there, in fact. In terms of records, oh yeah, we've got them for sure. Look at this. North Platte at 91 degrees. That's what we're forecasting, and the record is 87 degrees. Head to Goodland. Record 82, headed to 91 degrees before it's all said and done. Yeah, you need to slather on the sunscreen, drink plenty of fluids as you're out and about for today. As we go to the upper Midwest, we can see here more records around Minneapolis. 85 degrees, that's where we're going, and the record is 83 degrees. And lastly, we can see all this pink here. Those are highs 20 to 30 degrees above average, and those highs will continue to slide on off towards the east, so we will be in on the pink there as well. Jordan?
Crazy heat all the way.
You're not helping anything at all. Let's head back off towards the west, shall we, as we are watching a few kinks out there in the Pacific, and this is going to continue to work its way in here to the Pacific Northwest before it's all said and done. We're going to continue to watch this upper disturbance that's going to kick its way on off towards the east, and this is going to be our next system that's going to pose a problem. We can actually see that trough back there towards the west, and you're looking at that ridge building across the upper Midwest and also the Northeast, and that's what's causing all the warm weather, really. In terms of what happens on Friday, well, we have the big system at this point, and you can see all that moisture just flowing all the way up to the north. In that warm sector, that's where we do have the potential for some strong severe thunderstorms. We're going to have to watch that out there as well. But we will have plenty of that warm air to fuel those thunderstorms. On the backside, just limited cold air. With that said, we could see a few snow showers out there. Not a whole lot of snow, but where we do get some of the snow, it could be heavy in some spots. So this is the Euro model. This goes Thursday night right through Monday. We look back down off towards Colorado, where you're seeing some of those purple colorings around Montana as well, and to Billings. That's where we could see some higher amounts, and that goes all the way over towards the upper Midwest as well. But then check out what's happening with the GFS model. Everything seems pretty kosher, pretty the same, except it's a little bit heavier when we look at that GFS model around Duluth, around Minneapolis. In terms of the rain, the snow, again, just a little bit there. You can see that around Bismarck, and then most of the rain is around the plains, and it will continue to scoot its way on off towards the east as we go into your Saturday. So Chicago, look out for that. Green Bay, even around St. Louis, we're going to be watching some rain, some thunderstorms out there. And with all that rain, we could be dealing with some flooding as well. Don't forget that we are going to be watching for that melt out there as well. And as we go into Sunday, everything shifts on off towards the east. Steph?
All right, we want to get you out the door
as we move through the day, but some areas are going to be pretty good as we move in through this morning and this afternoon. Look at this right now. So we do have plenty of green out there. So from coast to coast, we have smooth sailing at this point, but I can't promise you that it's going to stay that way. We look now and we do see some yellows already. So look around New Orleans, and we do have some delays there. We're looking at that in Miami. More of the same. We had that yesterday, remember, because Florida just continues to get some rain coming in here. We're looking at more of the same in Kansas City as well, as we do have some delays. So I would suggest, again, calling ahead. That's going to be the bottom line before you head out and about, so you don't really have to wait out there for that plane. You can just maybe do something else and then go to the airport. Let's take it to the roads because we do have, again, the rain just going to pose a problem for today. So we're looking at the I-10 corridor back off towards Apalachicola. We're seeing this around New Orleans as well. We will have increased storminess as we go throughout the day today. Right now, we can see the bulk of the activity still out into the Gulf, but this will continue to push on shore. We are seeing a few spotty showers around New Orleans as of now, but again, it will get to even worse as the day goes on for New Orleans. We can see this morning we do have the wet weather, but in that loop there, Hammond, around Covington, we are on the drier side. I will say that temperatures are not too bad, those numbers in the mid-60s, but then things start to go downhill pretty much for everybody as we head into lunchtime. Temperatures still holding steady in the mid to upper 60s, and then everywhere the travel is going to go downhill for sure by this evening, Jordan.
Yeah, and so as we take a look at where that summit could be a little too warm this early in the season, so I don't know if the pool's probably not even open yet, you know what I mean? So you might have to go to a lake or the beach.
I know, but I know the people in the South, Florida, I know they're like, you guys stole our weather.
Oh, yeah, they got all the rain.
Exactly,
clouds,
they have all the rain right now. So because they really will tell you whether you need to be in the water or be out of the water. Speaking of water, let's take a look at the water vapor loop right now, where it is depicting in the orange coloring where we're seeing some dry conditions. Charleston back off towards Dallas. We're seeing this around Little Rock as well, but just to the south of that, that's where we're picking up on the whites and the greens and plenty of moisture happening across this area, and really too much moisture we've been dealing with over the past several weeks now, and we still have more to come in terms of rain. So where you're seeing the light green, which is a big swath, this goes on up into the Carolinas here, up to about an inch, but then you're seeing a few pockets of the darker green here. So we're seeing that south of Atlanta about 1 to 2, but more importantly, where we're picking up that 3 to 5, you can see that down off towards the south, because Miami, oh yeah, you've definitely been picking up that rain over the past few days. In terms of the flash flooding, with all that rain, of course, we do have that flash flooding out there. So through tomorrow, we're looking at this down around New Orleans. We see this over towards Alabama, back off towards Florida as well. But look what happens as we go in through your tomorrow morning and through Friday morning. We start to see this shift a little bit further off to the east and then move a little bit further off to the north as well. So you can see that also, too, along the peninsula of Florida. Right now, we have the bulk of the rain still in the Gulf, but we see some thunderstorms there, and this will be pushing on shore. So New Orleans, you're going to be in the thick of things a little bit later today. Miami, you're still dealing with some of those thunderstorms and heavy rain coming in too. This goes into motion, so make sure before you head out and about you do grab that rain gear, because you will need it as we go through the rest of today. We'll be back.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I can tell you the last time I had a drink, but it's not the same as, a long time ago.
It takes days to recover from having one sip of wine, you know?
Yeah, but we have the beautiful weather. Temperatures are nice in the upper Midwest, so maybe a little bit of lemonade.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, all right, let's take a look at that travel forecast for today. So it is going to be a really great day to travel for sure, as you're not going to have to deal with any type of wet weather out there. No delays expected, so along I-80, 35, things looking good. 74, 70, you choose the route, and it's okay. Just as long as you stay away from Florida. Don't go south, because that's where you're going to be running into some of those showers. We can see this now around Tampa, around Fort Myers, of course, Miami, Key West, the Keys, getting in on some thunderstorms as of now. So the travel forecast for the peninsula right now, Tampa, Fort Myers, Naples, around Fort Lauderdale, we will see those scattered storms today. We could see maybe even flashes of lightning out there too. As we move in through the rest of tonight, we are going to continue to watch these flood alerts. We can see this from Fort Lauderdale on down through Homestead. Jordan?
Well, with temperature
for sure, but check this out. So you just heard Steph talking about what's going on out towards the west and that system. That system is going to move slowly because we've been dealing with this area of high pressure, that ridge, if you will. And with that, it's going to make it kind of like a blocking high. And that's why it's moving so slowly, that system back off towards the west. But again, it will work its way off towards the east. And in that warm sector, cold front, warm front, that's where we do have the potential for some scattered showers and some thunderstorms out there. So some of those thunderstorms could get a little frisky. We could see some severe weather. Another disturbance coming in here on your Friday. So we are looking at the possibility of really all modes of severe weather. This goes into Oklahoma. We're looking at this around Texas as well, and even around Kansas. So keep that in mind. We could see some damaging gusty wind, also some hail, and also tornadoes with this as well. In terms of Friday, so we do have plenty of moisture that's going to continue to work its way on off towards the north, and we're also going to be tapping into some energy as well. well. So you're going to start to see some of the yellow colorings really come in here from the south. There you go. And with that, that's a lot of energy that it's going to tap into getting those storms going. So this is something that we will have as we head towards your Friday. It looks like we could go into the evening time with this as well. So we have to really keep our eye to the sky, stay weather aware as we go into your Friday, and then do it again as we head towards Saturday, because this will continue to kind of shift on off towards the east with the potential for some of those strong to severe thunderstorms. And again, all modes of severe weather will be on tap even as we head towards Saturday. Let's put this back into motion, and we can start to see the showers, the thunderstorms sliding on off towards the east, Little Rock, Shreveport, Jackson, all in on the scattered storms as we go into Saturday. Jordan? All good news. Warmer temperatures and drier conditions are helping spark wildfires from Colorado to the East Coast. This is a live picture of Manchester Township, New Jersey. The evacuation's just ahead. Steph?
And the good news is
your mood too, but you know, we head off towards the Great Lakes, and we're going to be watching for temperatures bumping up just a little more than a week after picking up more than an 8-inch of snow. People were soaking up highs in the 80s on Tuesday in the Twin Cities. If you can believe it, that was warmer than parts of the Sunshine State. Boynton Beach was balmy but brisk, with temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 70s and winds gusting to over 35 miles an hour. And you can expect a repeat for today, and you can hear those winds roaring out there as well. So that's what's on tap as we continue through the rest of today in a lot of spots. We can see right now St. Paul, temperature for today 85 degrees, lots of sunshine out there. We'll take that. That's a nice forecast for sure, especially in comparison to Miami, where that temperature is coming in about 75 for today, and we will see some thunderstorms, and that rain will be heavy at times. Check it out. So the temperatures for today across the board right now, I should say more accurately, we see these numbers in the 50s, the 60s. We have some 40s out there as well, but these temperatures are going to soar. We're actually going to be watching for records, possibly tying, possibly breaking them. But look what we have, close to 90 degrees in Omaha, around Hayes, Dodge City as well, Pueblo on that rise as well. So this is what we're going to contend with. You are going to need to stay on the coolish side of things. If you haven't already put your AC on, I know a lot of you are going to do that for today, because there's the record that we're flirting with in North Platte, 87 degrees, going with 90 degrees for today. I think we'll break that. And also Sioux City, look at that, 86, but we're forecasting 90. So that's well above what we should be. So in terms of the spring warmth spreading off towards the upper Midwest, yeah, we have it there as well. Look at La Crosse coming in 85 degrees. That's what we're forecasting. And 81 is where we should be with that record. In terms of the pinks, so we have them out there. And the pinks mean that we're about 20 to 30 degrees above average for today. We can see that extending back off towards the plains and up towards the upper Midwest. But you know what? This is going to extend even further on off towards the east before it's all said and done. Look at that. We can see that around New York, up towards New England as well as we head into your tomorrow. Jordan?
Well, I know many of you...
Fire situation seriously, as we are going to continue to watch a system that's going to work its way on shore here. With this, we are already starting to see that little swirl. This is that area of low pressure, and we are dealing with that trough. You can see that dip in the jet stream. This upper level disturbance is going to continue to work its way on off towards the east. And you have the jet stream, the dip, that will move, and also that big ridge as well. The ridge, that's where we're seeing all the warmer temperatures, the record warmth across the area. Now, this system is a slow mover because we are dealing with that, that blocking high, if you will. So we will continue to watch plenty of moisture flow ahead of this system, and it is going to flow all the way up into the north. And with that, we are definitely going to feel it. We have the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms out there as well. The backside, not a whole lot of cold air, but we will be dealing with some snow. Not a whole lot back off towards the west there, but we will see pockets of some of the purple. So that is some heavier snow. We'll see that across the upper Midwest as well. And we look at that for both models. We have it for the European. We also have it for the GFS as well. Looks like the GFS might be a little bit more bullish, especially back off towards Duluth there. But check this out. So we have this April storm that will continue to move in. By Friday, we can see a little bit of that snow there. But the bottom line is that we will see plenty of rain. We have to watch out for some flooding with this. Rain and thunderstorms with this. St. Louis, Indianapolis, Chicago, Green Bay, Minneapolis, all getting in on this. And you heard me talk about the flash flooding. Well, we have it Saturday morning into your Sunday morning. We can see this area here. So around Davenport on up through Eau Claire, Duluth going to get in on it too. And then lastly, Sunday, we will see more showers and thunderstorms from Pittsburgh to D.C. to Philly as this shifts on off towards the east. Jordan?
All right, let's get breathe.
I felt like I couldn't. I'm like, I'm going to die. Get me out of here. Like, I'll never do
In the indoor one, Lynette?
Yes, on the indoor won't.
To try the real thing.
Okay. So flying. Let's travel, shall we? As we do have the big bird coming in, and we look good from coast to coast once again. But you know what? You know what you need to do. Call ahead, because we are going to see some delays, because we do have some weather out there for today. And you know what the weather does? It can impact what's going on. So if you are going to be in Miami, if you are going to be around, let's say, New Orleans, you definitely do need to watch for some of those expected delays. They're out there. Right now, though, looking good in Seattle, even though we do have a little bit of action. We're not dealing with any. So we like to see that. But again, things are going to change as we go throughout the day. So in the meantime, in between time, let's get on the roads. And if you get on the roads, it's going to be a lot of action here. You can already see plenty of the green happening around Baton Rouge, New Orleans. So we will have increased storminess as we go throughout the day. Right now, this morning, not too bad, but we will continue to watch this area of low pressure that brings in plenty of that moisture. Before it's all said and done, we're going to be seeing that moisture around New Orleans, but also we're going to be seeing this around Manville as well. In terms of the morning rush, not too bad around New Orleans. I should say actually Slidell, around Covington, but then that starts to get in on the rain as we head more towards the afternoon time, lunchtime, and then even as we go into the